day and night. I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
What's up guys, Vicky here. During this video I really want to talk about the card that will be going down tonight in Jacksonville Part 3. So this is going to be the last card of the 3 cards that have been going down for the 7-day span period ever since UFC 249 took place last Saturday. So things have been going really well with the UFC lately, especially with these 3 shows, and I know that there are a good amount of fights on this card today, which will be headlined by Walt Harris and Overeem in a 5-round main event. This will be Walt Harris's first main event in his career, so this will be the first time that he will be going 5 rounds, depending on if his cardio allows it or not. I know that's an interesting matchup, especially for both of them. Overeem being the legend that he is in the heavyweight division all around the world of MMA, so I really can't wait to see that fight. Then you've got Gedaliah versus Angela Hill, which is definitely going to be an energetic fight because I know both those fighters are definitely going to push the pace the whole entire time. Angela Hill has been on a good winning streak, and Gedaliah is never someone to look over. She's the number 6 ranked in the world in their division. I believe it's the strawweight division that they're in. So she's the number 6 ranked strawweight. So it's going to be a tough night for Angela Hill, especially for someone that's outside of the top 15. So if she can get a win over Gedaliah, then she should be in the top 10 easily. Other fights on there, there's Joko versus Eric Anders. Now, Eric Anders used to play football for the University of Alabama before transitioning over to MMA, so he has a whole lot of power. Joko's been up and down throughout his UFC career, so he would really need to get a win like that. Sorry about that. But I'm saying that Joko's been up and down throughout his UFC career, so this will definitely be a much needed win over a veteran such as Eric Anders that's been around for a couple years and who's been facing some great names ever since he's been in the organization. And there's Miguel Baeza versus the legendary Matt Brown, who's most likely going to be a future Hall of Famer in the UFC. Miguel Baeza coming off of the UFC Contender Series, and Matt Brown just being who he is, the legend that he is. He never gives up, and he always has that never say never, never die attitude. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. Old school versus new school, so I can't wait to see that. Then there's Marlon Vera facing his opponent. I can't pronounce his name, but I believe his opponent's from South Korea, so that's going to be an interesting matchup right there. Marlon Vera has been on a 4 or 5 winning streak, so Marlon definitely has a lot to prove, and I think this is going to be his first fight in the top 15 against another top 15 opponent, so there's definitely a lot of riding on this, especially for Marlon. If he does get the win, I'd like to see him face Sean O'Malley next, because they were supposed to fight each other last year, but then Sean O'Malley got popped again for using PEDs, or just came out on the drug test that he took, so he couldn't be able to fight that night. But now he's back, and I'd like to see that matchup happen, so that'll be interesting. But those are just some of the fights on there. Actually, I forgot one more. Dan Ige versus Edson Barbosa. Edson Barbosa's featherweight debut, moving down from lightweight. He looked really skinny at the weigh-in, so I hope that he's been able to re-energize, get all the fluids back into his body so he can be able to compete today. And hopefully he'll be able to compete at 100%. Hopefully his body isn't zapped because of the weight cut. And also, hopefully all that energy and power transitions down from lightweight to featherweight. Will it happen? We don't know. We'll just have to see when the fights come down today. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick recap of some of the fights that will definitely highlight tonight's action. And it's definitely going to be a good card. It's definitely going to be a lot of action, and hopefully it's going to be better than the card on Wednesday. I pray that the main card delivers, especially the main event. That way it'll have the UFC springboard into UFC 250. That's most likely going down in 2 weeks when the UFC does situate that whole entire card, putting fighters on there, and if I were them, I'd put another title fight since there's only one right now. So definitely a lot of things that the UFC has to do. Apparently Dana White's got a matchmaking meeting next Tuesday when he does get back to Vegas after this week is over. So definitely a lot of good things to look forward to, and hopefully the UFC keeps rolling and keeps on putting on some good shows. So appreciate you guys for watching this video. Both the prelims and the main event and the main card will be going down on ESPN Plus once again. Main card on the East Coast starts at 9, 6 o'clock at the West Coast. Prelims on the East Coast start at 6, 3 p.m. over at the West Coast. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and hopefully you guys enjoy the fights tonight, and we'll see each other soon. Later.